I'm gonna just add a little swiperoo. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing with some new makeup. But yeah, thank you so much for being with me here today watching my video. If you are new here, I would love for you to take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you leave a comment down below, click like, and all of that for engagement and all that good stuff. So all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be testing out this blue with my Overly Peach foundation. So let's see how this works today. The Pat McGrath foundation is what I'm going to be using today. I have the shade Light Medium 10. If you're new here, you may not know that I have an olive undertone and I have a real hard time matching my foundation to my skin tone, especially because my level of tan or lack thereof is in a constant shift. It's really hard for me to match my foundations. I picked up this e.l.f. blue corrector, hoping that I can match it with some of my more warm toned foundations to see if I can get a little bit more of a neutral vibe out of it and maybe match my skin a little bit better. So I'm gonna work my way to that part in the routine, but I've never tried the Pat McGrath foundation with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So I'm still getting to know this product. So I'm gonna take this opportunity today to check it out with my Pat McGrath foundation. So I'm gonna use that as my primer. Let me tie my hair back so it's not like all in the way because it's kind of puffy today, but it's not drying. So I can tie it back for a minute. Okay, hair's back. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this, but I do wanna put it just like in a couple of areas and then it can mix in with the foundation. Okay, I'm super glowy. I'll be using my palette today to try to mix these shades together. I've never done something like this, like play with a color corrector like this, so let's see how it goes. This is a really cute bottle. This is a really cute container. I like it a lot. Okay, here goes nothing. Did I mention I'm in the shade, I'm currently using the shade Light Medium 10. I have two Pat McGrath foundations. One of them is too dark and too warm, and the other one is way too dark and way too warm. So I'm using my light one of the two. Because I don't want to have to mix more after the fact because I might get the ratio off, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I add enough foundation from the start so that I don't have to maybe like add more after the fact. All right, here goes nothing. It smells a little bit like paint. I'm not sure how I feel about this at all. But if it will help me match my foundation, maybe it's worth it. Let's see. I'm gonna just like add, this doesn't really come out very well. Maybe you're supposed to directly swipe this onto your face to mix with the foundation. Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to be. Or maybe this is a blue color corrector meant to be like a concealer and it's not meant to be used with the foundation the way that I was thinking it was. Like I thought it was going to be something I could just pour into the foundation. Anyway, let me go ahead and add the foundation on one side just by itself so we can see how off the color is. And so because the color is so off, I typically don't wear a concealer with it because I already have a hard enough time matching everything up. But honestly, I feel like my newest concealer that I recently picked up during the Ulta semi-annual sale or whatever it's called. The Bobbi Brown. I feel like it is peach enough that I could use it today with this foundation, and it would probably be an ideal match to where I could even do some spot concealing. Okay, so here's what this foundation looks like currently on me. I will say it doesn't look like as far of a shade off, like it doesn't look like the shade is as far off as it was before. It looks like I've started getting a little bit of sun now that we're like, you know, well into spring, and I've been sitting outside each day a little bit. So I'm starting to get just a little bit of color, but it is still kind of warm. So let me go ahead now. And instead of, here's the two products. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, good Lord. So here's the two products, the shades all by themselves. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this side just because I like this side better. I don't know. I'm gonna just add a little swipe-a-roo and dot or two. Let me just mix that up and see if I can get this to work. Like into my foundation to just make it a little bit more olive toned, like all over kind of. I really don't think that that is how this product is meant to be used. Now that I'm looking at the applicator and the way that hardly any product comes out of the container, I really feel like it's meant to be used more like a concealer swipe on underneath, like a color corrector swiped on your skin underneath your concealer and everything else. I do feel like this side looks a little bit more neutral now. It could use a little bit better blending into some of the areas, but overall, this does look less warm on me, and I really like the effect that that gave. Wow, guys, did I just stumble on a solution for my warm foundations? Oh my gosh. So then, hold on, let me put on some lipstick because my lips are looking really terrible now that I have foundation on. Okay. I just put on like a neutral, no color while I'm just like doing my base, and we'll see what color I'm gonna wear still. Okay, so I do really like the difference. I do see a little bit of like hint of green in the viewfinder. I feel like in the viewfinder, you can see color changes a lot better than you can in person. I am sitting in front of natural lighting, and honestly, let me open the blinds a little bit more. I could make the lighting better. Hold on. I forgot to open the blinds more before I started recording when I sat down, but okay, yeah, so I do really feel like that just neutralized this foundation a bit, and I could have done a little bit more around the mouth because it's looking very peach here. Would you agree? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just balance out the other side for the heck of it. Okay. I do see though where I had that blue swipe right there. So I don't advise swiping into it like that. I can see the blue stripes from where it didn't completely blend in right away. So I feel like the application method that I'm using is definitely not the right way, but I was just trying to get the product mixed into the foundation. So I will next time maybe pick it up here on my palette like this so that I don't have just like one spot that I'm trying to blend into everything else, because you can see where it leaves behind that cast from where I swiped it on. But yeah, I do feel like it really did neutralize the foundation. I don't think that this is the kind of product that you're supposed to use with a foundation though. Like I said, I think this is meant to be used more as a color corrector in the way that, like say the Huda Beauty color correctors, it's specifically because the applicator and because how little product comes out on the applicator at a time. Whereas I feel like if it was meant to be used with your foundation, it would be a little bit easier to pour. It would be a little bit more liquidy. It wouldn't leave this like stripe on my face. So although I feel like I can make this product work, I'm gonna have to get to know the, I'm gonna have to get to know it a little bit better and keep testing it out to figure out the best application method to get the like most cohesive mix throughout my whole face. So I'll report back on that, but all right, I'm ready to move on now. Next, I'm going to be playing with this e.l.f. contour palette that I had seen. I think her name is Dominique Saxy or something like that. I'm not real sure. Do you just tear this off? I don't know. Oh God, I didn't even look to see if you could open this in the store. It's just openable. Oh good, it is taped on the side. Okay, so that means that it is secure. All right. Okay, so here's what this little product looks like. I'm gonna start off by testing out this highlighter shade right underneath my, well, hold on, let me just, I didn't do any concealer, but I'm gonna just set this area and see what it looks like. Maybe I should have used the banana or like the beige. Just using this highlight square for the areas that I want to brighten a little bit. All right. Then I'm going to use this shade here to kind of set my face a little bit more. I don't know if that's like what you're supposed to use these powders for, but okay. All right. That was a little bit of like a yellow tone, but I feel like it did brighten my face without making me look too yellow. That powder kind of did accentuate my pores a little bit, but maybe that's the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm not sure. We'll just keep moving along. Okay. Next, I want to try this contour shade right here. I'm going to use this shade to contour my cheekbones. I don't typically contour, which is powdery, which is kind of like, which is kind of why, you know, I was like, a contour palette, I don't know if I need it, but I really just, this is powdery. I really just wanted to see what this woman, like what this particular influencer or with this particular YouTuber, she is a newscaster, but what she like feels about makeup, like what her makeup taste and preferences are or whatever. I mean, she isn't straight up a drugstore queen. She does do a lot of like high-end too, but because she did have a mixture, kind of like I do too, I just wanted to see like what her preferences entail. And I forgot, this isn't bronzer, but because I am a little bit more olive, this contour color, I actually really like it as a bronzer. It does look very contoury and shadowy here, which I'm not mad about, but I did like blend it up into the cheeks a little too much. All right, I'm gonna pick up now this lighter shade and just kind of use that one as a bronzer. I'm being a little sloppy with my application. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I do like that. That shade right there can go as a bronzer for me. So that's kind of nice because in a pinch, this could be an all-in-one palette. And I think that's why she likes it so much, because again, she's a newscaster and you got to touch up your face a lot. And, you know, this is an affordable product. She had this thing here panned like to high heaven. But she was just saying how she enjoyed this palette a whole lot. And so I was just really curious and wanted to check it out. But yeah, I like this. Next, I'm going to check out the blush palette that I picked up. This is in the shade Light. Oh yeah, what was the shade of this? Also Light. Okay, so I got the blush pack. I got the blush palette open. I'm gonna go ahead and try this more neutral shade first. Let's just see what kind of color payoff we get. Oh, that's nice and coral. It's not as pale as I thought it was gonna be. Blush went a little high, but that's all right. Let me buff that out. All right. That shade looks really natural, but like a nice pop of color still. Okay, I want to see if we can see the pink on it. Just like a little bit here on the apples. Ooh, that's really bright and pretty. Okay, I do like that. I think this palette's gonna be a hit. I'm only gonna do those two colors today though, because I don't want my face to look too out of control. I do have another video I'm about to film, so I'd like to look decent. Okay, let me get my brows done. I'm gonna go off camera to do my brows for a moment. Setting my face with my Huda Beauty Pound Cake. Really, really enjoying this powder and totally see what all the hype is about. Am I late to the party on that one? Maybe a little, but what matters is that I'm here now. I will say though, so far I still prefer my hourglass under my eyes. Haven't done it with a poof yet under the eyes, so I'm not 100% certain, but so far that's been my finding. I have the shade Pound Cake, in case you're wondering. Oops, I forgot to put the lid on it. Oh no, and I just lifted it up. Let's see what I just created, what kind of mess. All right, I would say that the face is done, and I really, really like the difference that adding some blue did, but I don't like that I can still see the swipe marks where I added that into the mix. So like there are some issues with how I applied it, for sure. I'm gonna try to just play it off for the day and hope that nobody can see the blue lines on my face. I can see it like clear as day. Oh my God, it looks like weird veins or something underneath the skin. I'm gonna try to ignore it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's my base makeup for the day. I'm gonna save my eyes for another video because, where is it? I'm gonna be creating a look with this eyeshadow palette here that I found in JCPenney's, where the Sephora used to be inside the JCPenney's. They now have this like little makeup section. Anyways, I found this bossy eyeshadow palette in there, and this is made in Italy, so I'm really excited to give this a go, but I'm gonna do that in another video so that, yeah, I can just keep them separate. But that's gonna do it for today's makeup look of the day. Let me know what you think of my base. Let me know what you think of the blue color corrector, or if you have any tips and tricks on how to use it, or if you have any better brands that I could use instead of this one, or whatever the case may be. I look forward to your comments down below. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.